guys, welcome to my first Halloween tutorial of the season. I was feeling super festive, so I thought I would film a few tutorials for you guys. So first I'm just going to apply some of my usual foundation all over my face and then just blend it out with a beauty blender. Now for the brows, I'm filling them in and drawing them a little thicker than I normally would since I want to make them look a lot more apparent and a lot more bushy. Then after I got the shape that I want, I'm taking a darker brow powder and filling in the tail of my brow, and then starting to shade in some thicker hairs, if you will, in the front. I just kept dabbing my brush in the powder and just gradually darkening where I want the hairs to stick out. Then I'm just going to conceal my face pretty much like normal as well. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer for this. I'm really making sure to get a triangular shape under my eyes to really accentuate that area. Then I'm just going to blend it all out and then just make sure to set it with some sort of powder. Then using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, I'm sweeping that through my eye socket and down my nose to really start contouring and defining those areas and start making myself look more Lioness-like. Starting the eyeshadow with any light brown color that you have. I happen to be using the color Taupe from the Lorac Pro Palette. I'm just going to sweep that right over that contour I just did with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Then I needed a cream base before I applied the lid color, so I'm applying some of NYX's Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk, and then just blending that out with my finger before I go in with this color, which is Deep Fog from the Lorac Mega 3 Pro Palette. I think that's what it's called. I really make sure to tap off all the excess eyeshadow before I press it into that base, so you really get as less fallout as you can. Going back to that fluffy brush, I'm going in with some of the color Bark from that same Mega palette, just to blend out that dark charcoal color. Then to make my brows blend with the eyeshadow a little bit more, I'm just adding some of that color Bark through my brows with a small angled brush and just flicking it upwards and making it look like I have more hairs. Then when I think of being a lioness, I definitely don't think about being pale like you see me now, so I need some bronzer like yesterday. So I'm applying a pretty hefty amount where I would normally bronze my face, and I'm going to just add some on my chest too. Using some of the contour powder called Bad Habit from Geek, I'm going to drastically contour my face and leave it semi-unblended since this is a Halloween look. I'm going to go down the sides of my nose again to make the bridge of my nose look wider, so when I add the nose later on, it'll all go together. Then I'm just going to do a little contour around my collarbones to make them pop, and then I'm going to go back in with a little more bronzer to blend the contour a tad. Back to the eyes, I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner for all of the black eye details. First, I'm just going to line my upper lashes and then gonna start bringing that line down to a really sharp point and then just connect it to that top line. I rarely ever do this kind of eyeliner, so my concentration level right then was through the roof. Oh, by the way, if you rest your elbow on something sturdy, it really helps you to get a steadier line. That trick definitely came in handy for this look for me. Then I'm just going to continue that line right underneath my lower lash line. P.S. If you have really long bottom eyelashes, make sure to clean them off as you go, or else you'll get black eyeliner in places where you don't want it, like I did. Next, with a white face paint from just a local Halloween store and a really small paintbrush, I'm going to just mimic that line I just made with the black and wing out the white line on the end like I would if I was doing like a winged eyeliner. By the way, I put the face paint literally on a paper plate and I'm just dipping it from there. Winning! And then I'm just going to follow that point that I've already made but leave a little gap in between. This white paint didn't apply evenly, so I just went back over it until it looked the way that I wanted it to. It would have probably been a lot easier if I had just used a white liquid eyeliner, but I didn't have any at the time, so if you have that, please use that. It will make your life so much easier. Now if you made any mistakes with the white, here's where you can cover it up. Just draw another black line with that liquid liner right under the white, and you can fix anything that you messed up on. Then just draw in a normal wing on top right above the white. I went ahead and did the other eye off camera so it would save this video from being like 30 minutes long. I'm popping on some of the House of Lashes Iconics and then adding some mascara to help them blend. Then I felt like I needed to be more bronzed, so I am adding more bronzer everywhere, even on my shoulders. Moving on to highlight, I'm taking one of the lighter bronzy highlights from the Carli Bybel palette and highlighting my cheekbones, my forehead, and down my nose to accentuate that area even more. Then before I add all the jewels, I'm going back to that white face paint and going to paint on some lines that kind of mimic the hairs I drew on my brows. I'm just dabbing the brush lightly in the paint whenever I need more product. Just doing the same thing with this brown face paint and putting the brown in between the white. Now it's jewel time! I obviously went ahead and did one side already to save some time. This has to be the most tedious part, sticking these on one by one, but just be patient and you'll get through it. These jewels were already self-adhesive, so I just stuck them on, but if you're going out to a party or something, you could definitely use some eyelash glue and stick them on that way. I didn't really have a certain method of sticking these on, it was just kind of like wherever they landed was where they were going to be kind of thing. I just start with the orange ones and then just stuck some of the bigger gold ones in between where I felt like they were needed. Then for the black jewels, I just repeated the same process over and over, and we have this whole bejeweled headpiece thing going on. For the nose, I just used some black face paint because I had it, but you could totally use like a liquid liner or a kohl pencil or just whatever you have that's black. I'm drawing the nose on pretty wide and then adding a line going down my lip, then going to fill in my upper lip in with the paint as well. Pop on some of that same bronzy highlight we used before to the bottom lip, do your hair, and bam! This Lioness Halloween look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!